Uh, I don't know about their deaths. Yeah, the drugs can weaken your immune system, but a lot of people die of an overdose of drugs. Just one shot. Who was that? John Belushi?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had a nephew that died of an overdose of crack.
Really, a nephew?
Yeah. In Florida. Yeah.
Wow.
The story was that his buddy said, "Hey, let's go to this party." And I don't think my nephew had ever met this person who was having the party. So they went there and they were passing out crack cocaine. And I'm not sure whether he injected or how he got it. But he and another kid both died on the spot. Yeah.
Right, kind of suddenly?
Within a half hour, yeah.
They took too much?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I asked my brother from California if he had found out any more about it, and he said, well, the theory was that this was some crack that was not properly labeled.
It was laced with strychnine or something?
Whatever, yeah. But, yeah.
Well, let's look at the world scene. They say 70% of the AIDS victims are in sub-Sahara Africa.
Right.
And we're giving them. We've already spent $140 billion as a nation,
yeah.
Government. Besides, that's other than you have the private group spending money.
Well, I don't know who spent that 140 billion. That was the last figure I saw.
Oh, it could be both private and public, private and government.
It could be.
Well, but it's America.
I think it's mostly government spending.
Yeah, so it's America.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of our money is going to go to Africa, right? We're going to try to help them. I mean, Tommy Thompson is from my state, and he's the head of the Health and Services, and they have 23% of our budget. That's over $500 billion. And a lot of it, he goes to Africa quite a bit, and they're trying to help the AIDS crisis over there.
Yeah.
But you said earlier, I was talking to you, that there's 42 diseases that can, if you have one of those diseases, it can cause you to test positive.
Yes, right.
And so in Africa, they only take, and here, like for example, you said they'll take 2 tests. And 85% of that first test is proven to be
false positive.
A false positive.
Yeah,
so
and it's not because of the manufacturing problems or human error where the person doing the laboratory work doesn't know what he's doing. That's not the case at all. It's because those tests, you can test HIV positive one day and HIV negative the next day.
Okay.
That's possible.
So they need at least 2 tests to help verify if you really have,
Yeah.
And all it is really is one of those 42 diseases anyway.
Yeah.
But in Africa, they only take the test once.
And they use a screening test, which is wrong
The worst.
85% of the time.
It's wrong 85% of the time. So in
this
Africa, they give them a screening test,
One screening test.
which 85% of the time is wrong.
Yeah.
And so now they claim millions upon millions of people in Africa, sub-Sahara, have AIDS.
Right.
What do you believe they really have?
They've got all the old diseases that they've always had due to unclean water supplies, bad sanitation, if they have any sanitation at all, out in the tribal areas, bad medical care. There's still, as far as I know, there's still a lot of measles in Africa. It's been practically eradicated in this country, but not in Africa because there's not enough money available to immunize these kids. And measles can make you test false positive on the HIV test.
Malaria, tuberculosis, I mean, 42 different diseases.
Yeah. Bad nutrition, the nutrition is probably the major thing.
Can cause you to test positive.
And they're telling these women not to breast, if the woman is HIV positive or suspected to be, they tell them don't breastfeed your children. Use our formula because you might transmit HIV.
And you're convinced that you're positive that's absolutely not true.
Yeah, I want to see the proof. I want to see the electron microscope pictures of crystallized HIV.
Now, what's the reason, if you just say what you've said, and you say that at a big AIDS meeting, they will almost grow horns out of their head with, you know, the devil's pitchfork will come out.
Actually, this has happened. It happened at one of those international AIDS conferences in Europe. I think in Barcelona or Athens, I forget. The people who control all this stuff tried to get people kicked out of the meetings. They'll do anything to try and stop you from speaking. They've used every trick that they can to stop people from raising these questions.
But if I think on the internet, I mean, there's a lot of internet sites, but I think the best one may be Virus Myth. What would you say is one of the better ones?
Yeah, virusmyth.com. .net/AIDS.
Oh, virusmyth.net.
Down there.
Okay, I see. virusmyth.net/AIDS. I mean, you'll find it, I'm sure. And I think I was on that website, and it is really good.
Oh, yeah. And it refers you to other websites.
Oh, that's what I mean. From there, you can just do exhaustive research.
Yeah.
And you're not just 99% positive that you're correct in your analysis. You feel you're 100% correct?
Yeah, right.
100% correct.
100%.
That the AIDS story that we're being told, have been told, is a lie from beginning to end.
Yep. Well, a lie.
It's deceptive. I mean, it's just simply not true.
Yeah, right.
There is no virus, and there is this no mysterious virus that is somehow mysteriously causing these deaths.
Right. Yeah.
And if they had to accept that, then what would that do with all the money that they're funding? That would put a stop to it immediately, right?
Oh yeah, and a lot of people would have to resign.
I wonder how many people would lose a little bit of money or a lot? Probably a million.
Well, if you have money invested in the stock market, don't invest it in a company that makes anti-AIDS drugs.
Because they're going to go down, because it's not going to get better. Because the truth will eventually come out.
Well, I'm not sure it will.
Well, hopefully come out. What you can do, you can make a copy, request a copy of the show, and I would send it to Tommy Thompson, who's the head of the Health and Services, and
Health and Human Services.
Health and Human Services, because that's probably the main part of our government that's spending the money. And I think we owe it to try to get the truth to people in positions of authority, to hold them accountable, to look at the other side. So hopefully you enjoyed Dr. John Austgen, who lives right here in South Bend. He's been pursuing this subject for 10 years. He's become pretty much of an expert on it here locally, and he's in touch with people all around the world on it. We ought to put pressure on those who are spending our money chasing something that doesn't really exist, and
right.
And helping people that who feel they have this AIDS virus. So until next week, may the Lord Jesus Christ be with you.